So my topic is the representation of political topics in search engines. It is a case study of the 2024 German state election in Saxony. And the motivation for this topic is that search engines have a significant influence on major elections like the German federal election and the US US presidential election. For example, the representation of politicians may shift before and after elections. This is a problematic issue because users of search engines in general trust the results of search engines and also assume that the results are neutral. However, research has shown that it is not neutral. So, and also there's little research done on minor elections like the German state elections in Germany. So the aim of this still ongoing study and this poster is to research the influence of search engines on more minor elections like the 2024 German state election in Saxony. To investigate this case or this study, we investigated the questions which topics dominated the search results and which domains dominated the search results, which parties and which politicians were presented the most, and also we investigated the influence of search engine optimization in the search results, and we investigated the sentiment of the search results towards specific parties or politicians. And the investigation included always the search engines Google, Bing and DuckDuckGo. And it was the election period was investigated in 2 weeks before the election up to 8 days after the election. Our methods included generation of political queries. We used Google Trends and the election help tool Valomat to generate political issues and queries. With the help of RED, the research assessment tool, we collected the search results. It was collected on 4 dates, 2 weeks before the election, 1 week before the election, 1 day after the election, and 8 days after the election. Each has a week distance to each other. And to answer the research question, we used CRISDM, the cross-industry standard process for data mining. It is this model here, and it is a standard for data mining for over 20 years now. It is broadly used in data science projects and data mining projects, which gives us a structured way for data analysis. And to answer the questions, we used mostly descriptive statistics to counting the occurrences of parties, politicians, domains, and topics. For topic extraction, we will use the latent Dirichlet allocation, which is a method for extracting topics. And for the SEO analysis, we will also analyze how high the usage of SEO was, and we will use correlation and regression to identify relationships between specific SEO factors and SEO usage. And for the sentiment analysis, it is planned to use framework in Python, which is a German sentiment based. No, it is a natural language processing framework, which is called German Sentiment BERT, which is, as I said, a natural language processing model. And our preliminary results show that over the entire election period, 2 weeks before the election up to 8 days after the election, 12 domains have occurred, but mostly 10 domains have been. There was no significant change in the domains, and most surprisingly, the first domain that appeared in the results were not news websites, but overall all websites were Wikipedia and news websites, which is confirming previous studies that the search results are dominated by only a few websites and are Wikipedia and news websites. Also, we have preliminary results about SEO usage. So this table here describes the usage of SEO. and the usage of SEO stayed constantly over the entire election period, and it is suspicious that the SEO classifier classified most domains as most probably optimized. Also, we found out that the Jaccard index, which is a measure for comparing domain occurrences and overlap in between search engines, and it is not surprising that we have a really high Jaccard index between Bing and DuckDuckGo, which means that we have a really high overlap, which is also confirming previous studies that Bing and DuckDuckGo have a high Jaccard index because they are based on the same index of Bing. And between Google and Bing and Google and DuckDuckGo, we can see that the Jaccard index is very low, and this indicates that there's not that much overlap between these search engines. And it is expected that the study will show that even minor elections like Saxony, only a few websites will dominate the search results, and also it is expected that mostly conservative topics will dominate the search results, and it is expected that the current governing coalition, which is Bündnis 90 Grüne, SPD and FDP, will dominate the search results. It is expected, which is also confirmed in previous studies, that the SEO usage is very high, which was, for example, confirmed in the German federal election in 2021. It is expected that there will be a strong correlation between specific SEO factors and SEO usage. And also it is expected that the sentiment of different search engines is to differ from search engine to search engine, which will maybe show specific bias towards parties or politicians in specific search engines.